Have you ever gone on the internet and wanted the internet's opinion on a scuffle, kerfuffle, or argument that you're having with friends?
Not really. My generation doesn't do that.
Not true, but...
I have never asked if I was the asshole. I always know I'm the asshole.
You know what? That is true.
I own it. I don't care.
Roll the opening. Hello, and welcome back to...
What's Safeword?
I'm Am.
I'm the asshole.
And today, we're talking about Mr. Christopher. M34 asking about when their partner interrupts the show and says something off base and then totally wrong. Am I the asshole? That's always how people start these. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
No. A phenomenon on Reddit, a very well-known platform for people to pretty much talk on message boards, where people try to ask the internet for their opinion on a scuffle of some kind or an argument that they're having with a friend, family member, or otherwise, where they ask if they are the asshole or not, given paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of context.
So a lot of these things, if you just gave the facts with no context, then you would definitely be the asshole.
Actually, yes, you're right, mostly, yeah.
I'm always right.
No, not true.
I always know I'm the asshole.
We've done it once before and we're doing it again, and this time I found even more BDSM-centric asshole story threads.
Oh.
So I think it'll be a little more up our alley, but also I want to remind people that we are full-time 24/7 kinksters. Our opinion is not going to be the same opinion as yours, and that's okay.
That's my opinion!
And that might make you the asshole.
Roll the title card. So Daddy, without further ado, get your assholes ready, and the first AITA, which stands for...
Am I the asshole?
Look, you did that.
I know,
right? And it goes on to say, am I the asshole? I refuse to do a scene with a 20-year-old because he refused to do aftercare. That is the title.
I need to know more. I can't make a decision yet. I need context.
I'm gonna say probably not, but let's read this. I mean, aftercare is essential to BDSM especially. But the Am I the Asshole goes on to say, so, I answered a listing on Double List from a 20-year-old that wanted to be with an older dad bod type for CNC. I have no problem with CNC in general, but what this young man wanted to do was pushing the bounds of actual ravishment play, which I am not into. What is Double List?
I don't know, but if you're not into it, you're not into it.
Yeah. He goes on to say he did not want a safe word, nor did he want to meet before the scene, and he absolutely refused to do aftercare. He literally wanted to end the scene by dragging him to the front door and shoving him outside and throwing his clothes in his face. I live in an apartment complex, which would not have been appropriate to do, but I told him I wouldn't agree to play unless we met beforehand to talk about what the safe word was and conducted aftercare. Now I'm worried he's going to keep looking until he finds someone that doesn't give a about him and ends up scaring the kid for his life. So, am I the asshole for refusing to do a scene with this kid?
No, not at all.
Oh my God, no.
So many red flags there that the red flags are not waving you in. So if he wanted a CNC play with no safe word, that's a problem.
I understand people that do CNC with that kind of mentality. I'm not of the mindset to do it that way, but that's not even the worst red flag.
That's the first one.
Yeah, I know, yeah. He also said no to aftercare, which is essential in CNC. I mean, most kinks need aftercare, but then also wanted you to throw him out of your apartment complex.
Murder, Daddy!
Big consent violation to any of your friends that might live next to you.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
This kid has a fantasy in his head, and I think the reality isn't going to match that fantasy. My take, he's not an asshole for not playing with someone who doesn't play within your limits. And also, I don't think he needs to be concerned about this person. This isn't his problem.
It's not his problem, but I appreciate he was concerned.
Yeah, no, that shows he was a nice guy and not an asshole.
Not an asshole, no.
Yeah.
Next AITA.
All right, I need my glasses for this. Okay, the title is AITA, question mark, question mark. So a guy texts me in response to my ad. He messages, is this the one with the saggy tits? I was caught off guard thinking it was a kink thing. So I responded, is that how you approach someone you want to spend time with? He goes on to say, he wants to hire me for hurricane season to use my breasts as sandbags.
Oh my God. By the way, this is on a sex worker Am I the Asshole thread, so it's a sex worker specific.
Okay. We went back and forth a little until I assume he blocked me. Being as petty and irritated as I was, today was trying, I decided to teach him a lesson. I made an escort ad with his number. I also requested dick pics, claiming that I am very petite and need to know what I'm dealing with. I honestly block and ignore 99% of the time, but baby, I had time and energy today. I also shared his number with my followers. AITA, did I go too far? Yes, you went too far.
So,
Sorry.
Nothing is more powerful than a scorned sex worker. I will say,
Sure.
if you are a social media platform that decides to off the sex workers, you're in a heap of trouble. But also, why would you open up with, is this the one with the saggy tits?
No, I get that it was highly offensive and that they started being.
Oh, everyone's the asshole here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not an asshole, there is asshole, and then there's everybody sucks.
But partially doxing the person over it and asking for unsolicited pornographic pictures to somebody, I would say no.
Everybody sucks here. That's the end goal.
But that is a lesson. If you are going to be a jerk, make sure they don't have your phone number.
We can agree on this one, everybody sucks.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, that's an easy one. This next one starts out, am I the asshole for tying up my girlfriend and leaving her? Based on that title, yes.
Probably, but did she ask for it?
Let's find out.
Okay.
It goes on to say, so many factors to consider before making the big call as to whether or not I am the asshole. Most people would probably say I am. That's a strong start.
Well, then you think you are.
Girlfriend and I are both 26 years old, and I'm into a bit of BDSM. I play the dominant role almost all the time in the bedroom, which she is quite content with. However, in discussions about equality around International Women's Day, it was agreed that she could take over in the bedroom and see how it goes. I know, I'm such a nice guy. Anyway.
Okay.
This is a real terrible start, sir. I love women. I'm dating one. It's giving big...
Women's equality, yay!
Okay. The day comes for her first foray into being the dominant one, and she's going to town. Ropes are out and ready. She's got a very sexy outfit on with big heels. I'm very excited and a tad nervous for the first time giving up control, but I trust her and thought she definitely deserved the chance to explore this side. She's not long into this, and I'm very securely tied up to the bed. The girl's been paying attention to all the knots. Then she has this smirk on her face, giggles, gets off the bed, goes to collect her phone and things on the bedside table, and walks out of the room. I'm lying there thinking, what the hell is she doing? There's no clock in the room, but about 15 minutes or so go by and she's still not back. I'm getting pretty mad now, and by the time she finally comes back in, probably 10 minutes after that, I am furious. I blow up and make it quite clear I didn't quite find this funny. She unties me and apologizes, and I calm down and everything's cool. I mean, we don't have sex, but there's no grudges being held. There's one more paragraph after this, and I feel like there's gonna be a grudge held.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Finally, he finishes off saying, next week we're back to our old antics of BDSM and I'm in charge. My girlfriend's tied to the bed, and you know how it is. I decide to pull the same trick that she did last week and walk out of the room and go and watch an episode of Friends, which I think is about the same time that she left me there. I came back into the room thinking I'm being very funny and filming, as I predict her reaction would be priceless. It was not. She was pissed off, if not more than I was. Obviously, the video gets deleted and I apologize as profusely as she did the week before. So fellow humans, am I the asshole for pulling the same prank on my girlfriend that she pulled on me? Yes.
Duh.
Doing the same thing to her, not good.
I'm not holding grudges and then continues to do the same thing to her that she did to you that made you mad. That's called a grudge, baby.
She may have misunderstood that you wanted to be tied up and struggle for a bit.
The details here. I let her dom because International Women's Day. I'm a nice guy. Anyways, I put on Friends. I'll be there. No, you weren't. You weren't there for her. I think the girlfriend was
I think it was a misunderstanding.
She didn't mean to.
You said it was her first foray into this, so obviously she doesn't know everything that she's doing. You knew that going in, so there's got to be a little leniency. I've done many bondage scenarios where I've left them feeling like they're alone, but I can monitor them from the other room or see them from the couch and make sure they're not struggling.
Your
or
bed's
danger.
there, the couch is right behind there. Like, you can see people.
And if you're quiet, they think they're all alone.
Sure, but that is a negotiated thing, or at least you test it out, you know, you do some dirty talk, you're like, and now I'm gonna leave you here.
Goodbye.
And that's when a safe word should be said. But even so, you made it very clear that was not okay. She apologized. I think she did the right thing there. But then to turn it around and do the same thing to her is very much...
Very vindictive.
Yeah, that is called a grudge, sir.
And it's gonna ruin your sex life, because now neither of you trust each other.
Yeah, and the second you ruin trust, especially in BDSM, is a very, very bad place to be.
Very hard to get it back.
Yeah. So everybody kind of sucks on this one.
Sorry.
But you know what doesn't suck? If you're gonna tie someone to a bed, at least tie them to a HELIX sleep mattress, please. Today's sponsor, HELIX Sleep, is here to make sure you're comfortable, both sleeping, but also restrained very, very tightly.
So if you are left alone, you won't mind.
As long as it's consented upon being a negotiation, or ask for consent in the moment, or, you know, some sort of play that allows you to have a very much yes or no. And you know what? It's very yes. Taking the HELIX Sleep quiz. It's a quiz you can take by yourself or with a partner to find a mattress that is perfect for you. You tell them your name, your age, your height and weight, as well as preferred sleeping position.
They like to know what your bondage position is. Are you
they don't-
sorry,
they don't.
that's not on the quiz.
But HELIX, you should add that, honestly, because they are the best mattress for sex.
Do you like spread eagle on your back or spread eagle on your stomach?
The spread eagle.
I'm more curious about spread eagle on my side, actually. I'm personally more of a back and side sleeper, and I like a medium to firm mattress. And maybe you were destroyed by COVID entirely and you just have aches and pains in the morning. You can even include that information. Based on my result, HELIX matched not only myself, but also Daddy with the Dusk Luxe, which we've had for over 3 years now, and both of us independently have been sleeping like rocks. When I'm not sleeping in my bed, I do not sleep well. And when it comes to sex, HELIX also does great there as well, because they're also getting awards for the best mattresses for sex. With a hybrid combination of foam and springs, you will sleep wonderfully. Unlike other brands, HELIX mattresses do not contain fiberglass, which can be harmful to your health. And the HELIX lineup offers 20 unique mattresses, including award-winning Luxe and Ultra Premium Elite collections, the HELIX Plus, which is a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers, and even HELIX Kid mattresses, which are designed for growing bodies and endorsed by sleep and medical experts. The best part though is HELIX Sleep delivers directly to your door with free shipping in the US, and it comes rolled up in a lovely little box. And the vacuum packed mattress that it comes with is probably my favorite part to open. And when you open it, you get the patented daddy sound. If you guys like me are very nervous to buy things online, you'll also be very happy to hear that HELIX has a 100-night sleep trial. So you get more than 3 months to make sure you love it. Plus, HELIX has a 10-year warranty on your mattress, and they even offer financing options and flexible payment plans. So thank you again, HELIX Sleep, for offering the What's a Safeword channel an exclusive discount this month of 27% off of your mattress purchase, plus 2 free pillows on us by using offer code HELIXPartner27 to take advantage of this special offer, and act fast because this discount ends after Labor Day. So thank you again, HELIX Sleep, for showing us your whole ass.
Yeah, and 27%, they've never done that before.
Get it now. We love our beds. We think you will too, and that is the most % off. That's the biggest savings they've ever had.
Yeah, so do it now.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo! Woo! Woo! Woo! So thank you again, HELIX Sleep, for sponsoring today's episode and making sure we sleep soundly at night, and that we don't sound like an asshole that needs to justify that they're not an asshole even though what they did was. But they're a nice guy. Anyways.
All right, next question. AITA for telling my sister and her boyfriend to cut out the weird BDSM stuff when they're invited over to my place in front of family and kids.
Based on this title, no. But I also want to point out weird BDSM stuff. It sounds like a vanilla person who doesn't understand what kink is, and it's a little sex shamey. So I'm gonna guess maybe everybody sucks here.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
I'm a 28-year-old female with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and my sister, 23 female, has always been, shall we say, a little less responsible and more adventurous in life. A little shamey. I've always tried to be supportive of her choices and tried to be someone she can confide in because we do not have great relationships with our parents. The last 6 months, however, has been stressing our relationship. She is involved with an older guy, 33, and I'm not opposed to older men. I'm married to an older gentleman myself, but he's someone who isn't very mature and is leading my sister down some weird paths. Again, a little judgy. I know they indulge in a lot of kinky things, which I don't worry about too much. However, they're starting to be bolder with it in front of family settings, and I think I want to call them out on it and stop them from doing it. I noticed she had a temporary tattoo on her shoulder that had something to do with cuffs. She is wearing a little locker bracelet and some sort of collar that I know is them doing something about their BDSM stuff in public. I also noticed she was not talking directly to him, eye contact, and staying back whenever we talked. I can imagine they enjoy this, but I want to keep this to the bedroom without others involved. I've got kids here, for gosh sake. Am I being too controlling? It's my party and I just want them to be normal and not have their bedroom spill over. I also really want her to end this relationship, but that's not something I can bring up or impose. I told her that next time she comes over, she needs to be more careful.
Is she the asshole? Okay, so let's start out. Obviously, doing kink stuff in public, you need to have the consent of the people involved, especially if it's kids and family. That said, I go to family all the time with my collar on and just tucked in. It's never been an issue.
So you don't call me daddy in front of your dad?
Yeah.
Here's the thing though. In their private relationship, they have different protocols that they follow, probably.
Yeah.
And sounds like they aren't being overt about it.
Very demure, very mindful.
I think you're being a little bit of an asshole here, the person that's telling this story. You sound a little sex shaming, you sound a little controlling, and your kids, especially, what are they, 2 and 4?
They're not noticing anything you're noticing.
They're gonna notice a tattoo and be like, that's sexual, especially if it's like cuffs. Cuffs are so...
Now that being said, this could cross that line of appropriateness really quickly, especially if their relationship grows.
I also feel that it's how you react to some things around kids that imprint on those children or
They're gonna
not.
pick up on your reaction.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're being a little more inappropriate on the kids than maybe other people are when they're just being normal.
Yeah.
So yeah, we agreed on this one, kind of the asshole?
Yeah, I think she's the asshole.
I hope we helped you with that situation. Next asshole. This next one's titled AITA. Post-domination, realizing I'm not into it, question mark?
You think you're an asshole for not being into something?
I'm gonna say not the asshole. It sounds like they realize they're not into something after a scene, which happens all the time.
Which happens all the time.
But let's read it. I, a 30-year-old male, hooked up with a 38-year-old male. Hi, gay. It was very consensual. We started out talking for about an hour. We were very clear about boundaries, likes, and dislikes. We had a great time, and I perused doing it again. After about a month, he reached out wanting to do it again, but this time, he said he was in the mood to be very, very dominant. In the past, my doms have always been controlling, but not degrading. We agreed on a safe word, we talked about some of the other things we wanted to do, and when he had sex, he was more of a degrading dom. I didn't use the safe word during the encounter as I didn't feel I needed to, but now that I look back at it, I definitely think that the degradation dominating is not for me. I think there was a lack of aftercare from his part that has been affecting me a bit as well. Am I the asshole for not wanting to hang out with him again? Do I need to explain this to him? Ooh.
I don't think you're an asshole for discovering something you don't like and not wanting to do it again. That's fine. Whether you needed to explain it, I mean, I guess you'd have to explain it if he keeps persisting to do it again and you don't want to, so yeah.
It sounds like everything went right here in trying out new kinks.
Yeah, but it's not unnormal for someone to think they might like that and then not like it when it actually occurs. I think this person is also feeling about themselves because they didn't get any aftercare.
Yeah. Are you the asshole for not wanting to hang out again? No.
No.
Do you need to explain all this to him? If you appreciate that he went on a limb and tried something new and you would like to do more play, but not this kind, absolutely.
Yeah, tell him the play that you're into.
I think that ghosting someone who did you right in all steps of the way is a little disrespectful, but again, your prerogative. But are you the asshole here? No.
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 Agreed.
Next one.
So the next one is shared my rules.
I'm great.
I don't know what I think about this one, but go ahead, Daddy.
Okay. My dom shared my rules with a prospective sub he is courting. I feel betrayed. My body is his to use or share. His body is his to use with anyone else. As a cuck queen, I find it exciting when he flirts and courts other females or even engages them sexually. However, this time, he showed this person the rules he set for me. Why do I feel like this was an immense invasion of my privacy? His response was flippant. Everyone knows you have rules. I celebrate my rules as an anniversary every month. They are a special binding of how I show my allegiance and love for him. Am I the asshole for feeling violated?
Oh.
That's a tough one.
Am I the asshole for feeling violated? You're not the asshole for feeling violated, but is your partner the asshole for sharing the rules? I would love your perspective as someone who has a contract with a dom.
So, yes, I have a 3-page contract with Boss, and it's actually publicly published, so no, I don't have a problem with it. I'm actually a little turned on by it, and you're saying that you're a cuck, so that surprises me that you wouldn't be turned on by sharing of this intimate thing.
So being a cuck queen, you like when your partner has sexual fun time maybe in front of you or talks about your sex with other people. Cucking can come in many different forms.
Be gone from me, you soy boy beta.
But it's generally when you're being like denied sex while your partner's getting it in fun, sexy ways.
But your dom may have thought that you might have enjoyed this sharing of the intimacy with somebody else. That's a hard one. Wish your dom wasn't flippant about it. Should listen to you and your concerns.
Everybody knows who has rules. In a way, saying that is like, everyone knows you have some kinks, but that doesn't mean I want you to share all of my intimate kinks with everybody on the internet.
It wasn't everybody on the internet, though. It was one person.
Exactly.
That you're considering bringing into your family. If you already have a relationship with this dom and they're courting a new sub, I think it's in his purview to share, these are the rules that I have with my other sub.
I think that it's fair to be like, hey, I don't like that you shared those rules with someone. I wish we would have had that communication. What a lot of am I the asshole threads come down to
is lack of communication.
Yeah, y'all just need to talk.
Yeah.
Are you the asshole for feeling violated? No, because that might have been a personal thing that you thought was just between you guys, but obviously he didn't see it that way. Is he the asshole for sharing that fully? I don't feel like
I think the only thing he's an asshole about is being flippant with your concerns.
Yeah, yes, I agree with that one. If you're the dominant situation and a sub tells you something, you should trust the sub when they tell you that thing. So, are you the asshole? No. Is your partner the asshole? A little bit. A little bit?
Sure.
Just a tiny little bit.
Okay. Good luck.
Oh God, this next one fell out of a coconut tree. Am I the asshole for asking potential Ds or Doms their political alignments?
Absolutely not.
No. Based on that title?
No.
Especially given what we're about to get into? No. Let's read it though.
Okay.
I'm not submissive, but I personally feel that I need to earn my stripes, so to speak. If I can't handle it, why should I expect someone else to? I know a lot of you won't agree or understand. Anyway, I'm hunting for someone I can and will tremendously trust with my body. Initially, I hadn't thought so much to ask someone until speaking with them about their conservatism. It threw me off because I just assumed since I'm a bleeding heart opposite. Anyway, I told him I wasn't interested anymore and it was done. The second guy I did ask over messaging. He said he was somewhere in the middle but thought it was inappropriate to ask. And another guy called me a bitch for it. Not even an asshole, but same messaging. I guess I'm asking, am I the asshole? Because truth be told, I can't imagine submitting to anyone who is a conservative. I agree.
I don't think you're an asshole, and I think that the response of the three people before just proved you dodged a bullet.
Yeah, being kinky is a political statement in a lot of ways. We as kinksters are actively targeted by the right and conservatism, especially when it comes around like pride, like no kink or pride, or just our sexual rights behind closed doors. There's plenty of states that still make it where you can't buy sex toys of a certain variety, you know?
And surprisingly, even in BDSM, not everyone is as liberal as you would expect them to be. As a matter of fact, I've started recently asking people if they're a nacho before I play with them. And I never had to do that before. It does behoove you to know who you're playing with because this speaks about character and quality.
Are you the asshole here? No.
Keep it up. Okay, next one. AITA for finding it weird my girlfriend's sister got her bondage gear for her birthday.
Well, use of the word weird, which I love now, but use of the word weird can sometimes be a little stigmatizing.
Also, it's her sister, so they're obviously close and talk about everything.
I'm gonna say maybe an asshole, but go ahead and read it, Addie.
My girlfriend had a nice birthday recently. She got some nice stuff and was really happy. Of all the gifts though, the weird one was from her sister. It was high-end bondage gear. It was well made and it was disturbing. Literally, it was handcuffs, gags, a strap-on, one with a harness, and whips. I might be a prude, but I found it very strange that my girlfriend's sister would get her sibling bondage gear. I know my girlfriend has been wanting to be more assertive in the bedroom, but I thought it was a bit full on. I mean, I got my girlfriend an electric scooter, some skydiving lessons, but bondage gear is in a bit of a different category. I would maybe get my siblings fun stuff like a wood-fired pizza maker? Jesus, it's oddly specific. Or something, but not bondage gear. So think about this. Maybe these sisters have talked and said, would you give me this stuff I want my boyfriend to try with me?
Yeah, And also, like, skydiving, bondage gear, you can both, you're flying high in both of those scenarios. It's really the same thing.
And just think of all the things she can cook in this bondage gear in that wood-fired pizza oven that you would have gotten her.
You got food for afterwards. When I first read the title, I wasn't sure where I was gonna stand on this, but you don't say that it was like at a birthday gathering of family. You don't say that it was with friends. And that kind of changes the tone. If this was just a gift that your sister got from her sister in private, I don't see any problem here. Although you apparently might. Your tone is a little judgmental throughout all of this. And then you kind of flexed a little hard at the end about getting her a scooter and skydiving lessons and a pizza oven.
Which sounds kind of like gifts for yourself. But you're right. Yeah, I think he's just a little scared.
You're not an asshole. Clearly, again, a lack of communication on like where you guys might stand in the bedroom, or you might just need to clarify, hey, I don't want your sister knowing everything we are into or doing personally, if that's okay. And I think that's an okay boundary to set, but it doesn't sound like you said
he didn't say that.
Yeah, no.
So try it, give it a chance. That's all I can say.
Do you need to buy her pizza oven instead? No, but it does sound like you might need a safe word.
Try pepperoni.
Next story says,
is calling a submissive a doormat offensive? It depends on if they're into it or not.
Is it offensive? Yes. Is it hot? Sometimes.
Yeah. Context is important. Let's get the context. I'm a female 30 and my dominant is a male 27. Was engaging in play with a submissive in a public setting. They were doing rough play ranging from objectification to impact play. Him playing with others is okay in our dynamic. It was a casual setting, so others were present and chatting. I said something along the lines of, seems like you got yourself another doormat. And at that time, the sub he was playing with said she wasn't a doormat. The conversation went on around the topic of being a doormat submissive and the definition of it. Other subs expressed their opinion whether they consider themselves to be a doormat or not.
I'm more of a bath mat myself.
Later I added from what I'm seeing from the sub my dom was playing with that she seems to be, because she complied with everything. She said she has a dominant side as well. It was not discussed further. A little while later she got up and left because she felt disrespected. I apologized and tried to clear the situation with her. Am I the asshole for calling a sub a doormat? Is in general the term doormat offensive?
Yikes. I mean...
There's so many layers. It sounds like you're making presumptions about someone you don't know.
I feel like you're making a lot of assumptions about people right now.
Yeah, so
Right.
like when I've had play with dominance, what they're calling me is that in-between connection, you know? If they want to call me a certain kind of offensive word for a submissive,
Are you empty-headed animal food trough whopper?
that's because I've told them that's okay. For then another sub to call me that would be really odd.
Even if they're connected to the dom. But, A, I don't find the term doormat offensive.
Well, but...
Dirty little pig, maybe?
So like for instance, let's make it a little bit more benign and personal.
Okay.
When you call me puppy, that's one thing, and absolutely what I prefer. It's endearing, I love it. When somebody else of another dom that I don't know at all comes out of nowhere and starts using that in an affectionate or even a you're my sub sort of way, that's where I go, oh, we don't really have that dynamic, no thank you please.
Right.
Because that is a term that we use and is endearing from you,
Yeah.
or from friends, or from people that I'm emotionally involved with.
And you don't know if this sub was into being humiliated, and that's what you were doing, was humiliating them by vocally saying that they are a lowly sub.
Now, I appreciate that they added that they tried to apologize and clear the situation with her, but in that moment, you were an asshole for assuming.
And you're also
certain-
justifying it. You said, because I saw that they were a doormat.
Assuming
Yeah.
and projection. Just a reminder, make sure you got that clarification on what terms you can use with someone, because it is important if you can use it or not.
And even if it was your dominant, it wasn't your scene. Last one.
This one says, am I the asshole collar edition? As someone wearing the collar, we'll see. Is it wrong for me as a sub to refuse a specific collar even though I want to be collared by my dom? It's not because there's anything wrong with it, but my dom bought it before knowing me. I wouldn't even know, but he showed it to me before we had any kind of dynamic. It hasn't even been used, so it's not like it was for anyone else, but it doesn't feel special to me, and it makes me kind of sad. I feel guilty for not wanting it, and I'm not sure how to be clear. I don't want it without sounding super ungrateful, or whether I should just suck it up. I feel like it's going to take away from the significance of being collared for me, and I'm worried that would persist while wearing it. I'm not a fan of the style, But if I knew he had found it for me, I wouldn't care. Edit. I asked this after making a half-hearted attempt to talk to him and when he brought it up collaring me, not the first time. He didn't seem to really grasp at what I was talking about, and I quickly started to feel bad about even bringing it up and dropped it. Oh.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
It is.
I have to say, this is a really tough one. I am of two minds of this because you don't know how special this collar is to the Dom.
True.
And the Dom is the one gifting it to you.
I am definitely on the same wavelength as this person. If I'm gonna get a collar, I mean, case in point, I'm gonna spend time choosing something with you.
He went through 4 of them before he liked this one.
Yeah, but it was something that I always checked in with you, like,
Yeah.
do you like this?
Maybe it's like picking out a wedding ring. You both have to be on the
Absolutely.
same page.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This guy's on chapter 6, and you haven't even started reading the book.
Yeah.
I feel it. Maybe the Dom should have asked if that was okay, because like I have old collar versions of like this guy that I've saved in case maybe somewhere down the line we want to collar someone, or I want to collar someone years and years and years from now.
But what if that person who was going to be collared didn't want a used collar?
That's acceptable. I would be okay with that. But again, this is where assumptions get them in trouble. The Dom assumed that their sub would just be okay with any collar. But you kind of, I mean, if you're a stylish person, you want your collar to match your vibe.
Yeah, no, I get that. So I don't know if anyone's the asshole in this, but I do think you guys need to talk.
Yeah, no one's the asshole here, but you feel bad. I mean, there's emotions here of like, I feel bad for even like bringing it up. I don't want to say no.
You feel bad because you're the sub and supposed to do as you're told, and you feel bad for rejecting something because you're being told this is what it is.
Have you ever had that moment of second guessing your submissiveness, I guess?
Yeah.
Which is what's happening here. Like, do I say something? Or wait, no, I'm the sub, I'm not allowed to say something?
Right, that's what it sounds like is going on here, and I think that you just need to express yourself in a respectful way, but you just position it as, really appreciate that you have a caller standing by for me, would love to have some input on what it looks like.
Yeah. Make this about how you feel, because I'm feeling it here, and that's why I'm like, oh.
You feeling it now, Mr. Crab?
Because that's a hard situation to be in.
Yeah. Ultimately, if it's a good Dom, they're gonna want you to be as happy with it as they are.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So nobody's the asshole.
No.
Oh.
Just talk.
Yeah. Oh.
All right.
That's kind of the tone of that one. Oh, you should use your safe word. No, for real though, that is our last one today, and there was a lot of assholes present there, but also at the same time, a lot of people that just need to do what, Daddy?
Communicate.
Communication is so important, not only in your relationships, but especially in your kink and BDSM dynamics. All in all, Daddy, though, what was your favorite story, regardless if they were assholes or not?
My favorite one is the sisters giving each other sexy gifts. And the fear that put into her partner.
I think my favorite one was the last one, the collar one, just because like I feel that energy and I'm like, oh, you guys are gonna be fine, but you just have a conversation. And also, I wish they would have put a picture of the collar. Like I want to know what the collar looked like.
What if the collar is hideous?
Oh, I want to be able to read that. Oh. Every collar is different. Every collar is beautiful, but some of the collars do not match my style.
Actually, I'm feeling this right now because I'm hoping for a collar myself soon, but I'm also a little worried about what it's going to look like and how much input I'll have into that.
What are your thoughts on pink?
No!
Love pink.
See, I need input.
No, what you need is a safe word, and today's safe word is
When are you coming back?
terrible safe word, especially if it has to be used.
And if they can't hear it.
Yell into the baby monitor. But regardless, leave a like if you enjoy these kinds of asshole threads. There's tons of more stories we could go into. I enjoy doing these. I think you guys enjoy watching them. Let us know. And
If you like ringing bells, ring that bell.
and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye! You're the asshole for covering up your collar.
That's what I was gonna say.
Wow.
Well, this is also less.
Now you look like Superman. Superman!
Harder.